In this episode, we get a question about what is my number one tip to improving one's time management. In it, I explain that when talking about time management, what we're really talking about is how effective are you as a human being? How much can you get done? How much can you learn? How much can you grow? How much can you create? So what we cover in this very episode is absolutely essential to anybody who wants to become a powerful leader.
28 and I'm trying to shape history, pulling from the sky for some strength to take with me, line up the stars, fly away quickly and push the world forward like a tidal wave hit me. I ride the wave swiftly, I fear no man, check my titles mate quickly, came from the sky with the light of day in me.
Welcome to this episode of AskJackD, which is sponsored by our very good friends these days over at HP Australia, who we need to give a big shout out to because they have been very kind to us over the last little while. Firstly, they enabled me to work from anywhere when I went traveling around Europe, and since we've developed a good relationship, they've sponsored some of these episodes, so thank you to the crew over at HP. What episode number is this, Rosie?
223.
223. What question are we answering for 223, Rosie?
Okay, this question comes from Rakib from Facebook.
What's his name?
Rakib.
Rakib.
Yeah. He asks, what's the best way to manage your time?
Rakib asks, what's the best way to manage your time? This is such a good question, and the reason it's such a good question is when we talk about managing our time, we're really talking about managing ourselves and managing our life. How productive you are comes down to time management. How effective you are comes down to time management. How much you get done comes down to time management. How fast you move comes down to time management. How much you learn comes down to time management, right? So when you talk about time management, it's kind of a question like how do you achieve everything you want to achieve? Almost. I might be putting a little too much on it, but you guys get what I'm saying. It's an absolutely critical skill set to master that requires self-management and self-leadership. The number one time management skill and capability you need to develop if you want to become a more effective human being is this: do one thing at a time. We live in a world where we are surrounded by distractions. We've got our phone, we've got our HP laptop, we've got our books, we've got our staff, we've got our co-workers, we've got the businesses we share the office with. People can contact you through email, they can contact you through text message, they can call your phone, they can Skype you, they can MSN you, they can Facebook you, they can Snapchat you, they can LinkedIn you, they can Slack you, they can Atlassian you, they can come at you through Twitter, right? And so we're always reaching for whatever is beeping, whatever's going, this is important, this is important, this is important. And so we live in a state of reactivity. We have surrendered our time, we've surrendered our power to do anything to whatever device around us is beeping the loudest, right? There's been so many things in this episode that have rhymed. We're reaching for what's beeping and we're reaching around us for whatever's loudest. I'm not trying to rap. This is just an act. This is the next track, right? We're reaching around us for whatever is loudest. And so you've literally given up all of your ability to create. What you're saying, every time that you reach for the thing that's beeping, you're saying is that person who just emailed you, their agenda is more important to you than your agenda. Right? The number one thing, guys, to determine your productivity is how long you can stay focused and dedicated to one particular task, one particular person, one particular project. And to do that requires you to turn off all of the fucking, can I swear in this episode? Sorry. All of the distractions, right? Really what we're talking about amongst all of this is proactivity versus reactivity. Are you owning what's on your agenda and what you need to get done in any given day and therefore driving that agenda, or are you being reactive to everybody else's agenda? Be that a social agenda or they want to talk and gossip or whatever. You need to get really clear on your highest and best use. You need to get really clear on what it is you're trying to create, and you need to literally turn off. Guys, here's the thing. This might surprise some of you. You can turn off your phone, right? Like that's an achievable thing. You can turn off your phone. When I wrote this book, Unwritten, we have a pile of over here. It looks like we're sending it out to media. That's cool. When I was writing this, I spent the first half of every day working and ensuring that our world keeps turning, and I'd spend the second half every day writing, right? And that's the only way you can produce a project that thick, is if you turn everything off because you need to be able to focus, you need to be able to direct your energy, you need to be able to direct all of your mental, emotional resource to getting something done. And so I would be down the cave, under this sort of house. And I'd work for 6, 7, 8 hours without looking at anything other than what I was doing. And in that instance, writing a book, right? And so how do you manage your time? Get really clear on your highest and best use. Get really clear on what you're creating, and then shut out or shut off anything that will distract you from focusing on that when it is time to focus on that. The converse to what I'm saying is that then when you go home, disengage fully, right? When you're engaged, be engaged. When you're disengaged, be disengaged. This is the other thing about carrying phones around everywhere with us, or tablets, or whatever it might be, is that often it means that we take our work home with us, right? Which is fine, and there's an air of inevitability to that. But what I'm saying is that when you have downtime, right? Like, don't check your emails, or disable your emails coming through your phone during that particular downtime where you're spending it with your husband or with your wife or with your kids or whatever it might be, right? That's really important. And disengaging will then enable you to engage more effectively when it comes time to get back in to focus. Question for you guys in the comments below. What is the number one most powerful thing you do in order to be most effective with your time management? In the comments below, I'll be there. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you, HP. Look forward to chatting to you in the next episode.
So what that means right now is my head's in the cloud, my feet